Hello everyone, so I am here today finally with my TBR for the upcoming wintry edition of FairytaleAthon. So this video actually should have gone up earlier on this week, but I've already been so busy this week. I've also not really been feeling all that great, so I didn't feel like putting myself out there on camera, but I am finally here today with the books that I'm hoping to read for FairytaleAthon. So if you don't know, FairytaleAthon is a lovely magical fairy tale readathon that we have here on BookTube. I am one of the co-hosts. My fellow co-hosts are the very lovely Sam at Bear and a Bee Books, Erica at Erica E Reads, Jordan at The Lost Reader, and Becky at Coffee, Cocktails and Books. I will leave links to all of their channels in the description down below, so please go and subscribe to them, watch their TBR videos, have a look at what they're planning to read for FairytaleAthon. So FairytaleAthon this time will be starting this Friday on the 1st of February. And it will be running until the 10th of February. So we're going to have a load of stuff going on during that time. We've got a competition running for you. We will be doing Twitter sprints, and we've got a tag going up as well. So have a look out for all of that. Hopefully you will be joining in with the readathon with us. So without further ado, I'm just going to get right on into the books that I'm going to be hoping to read for the winter edition of FairytaleAthon. So the first challenge is Melt the Frozen Heart, a fairy tale or a retelling that features friendship or family. So for that, I'm going to read Uprooted by Naomi Novik. So long-time subscribers, people with a good memory and a good eye, may notice that I keep putting this book on TBRs and then not getting to it. It was on my TBR for the last round of FairytaleAthon. I obviously really want to read it because I keep putting it on TBRs, but I think I might actually try to make it a priority this time and get it read. It is a very loose retelling of Beauty and the Beast, I believe, and I think that it focuses on the friendship, or at least features heavily the friendship between these two girls who live in a village where a evil wizard keeps taking young girls as his slave, and everybody in the village believes that the next girl to be taken will be our main character's best friend. But then I think that's not what happens. Something else unexpected happens. I believe it's quite dark. It's obviously quite magical. So yeah, I've heard really good things about it and about Naomi Novik in general as well. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. The next one I'm actually combining two challenges for because it definitely qualifies for both of them. So the book is Winter by Marissa Meyer, and the challenges that I'm combining for this book are Rapunzel, Rapunzel, Let Down Your Hair, which is a fairy tale or a retelling that is 500 pages or over, and Beware the Snow Queen, a retelling that takes place in winter or that has a wintry title. So of course this qualifies for the wintry title challenge, as you can see, and also it is absolutely massive. It is well over 500 pages, and to be honest, I didn't want to commit to reading this and then commit to reading another massive book that was well over 500 pages, so I just thought, be kind to yourself, Alex, and just use this one for both of those challenges. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So this is the fourth and final book in the Lunar Chronicles series, which is a YA sci-fi fairy tale retelling series. I've read the first three, of course, absolutely love them. This is a very funny, very quirky, very unique series. Yeah, and I just can't wait to finish it off, hopefully during this round of FairytaleAthon. So yeah, very much looking forward to this one. The next challenge is Gadgets and Gizmos Aplenty, a retelling that is part of a series. So for that, I'm going to read The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden, and I believe this is inspired by Russian folklore. I don't know what the original story is, but I know that it is Russian inspired. This is the first book in a, I believe it's a trilogy. There's at least two more anyway. The third one has just come out. I do have the second one, which is called The Girl in the Tower. So obviously if I enjoy this, I will go on to read that. But I've heard really lovely things about this. I don't actually know too much what it's about though, so I'm just going to read you the blurb. Beware the evil in the woods. In a village at the edge of the wilderness of northern Russia, where the winds blow cold and the snow falls many months of the year, an elderly servant tells stories of sorcery, folklore, and the Winter King to the children of the family, tales of old magic frowned upon by the church. But for the young wild Vasya, these are far more than just stories. She alone can sense the house spirits that guard her home and sense the growing forces of dark magic in the woods. So that all sounds very exciting. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. The next challenge is A True Love's Kiss, a retelling with a swoon-worthy romance. So for that, I'm going to read A Whole New World by Liz Braswell. So Liz Braswell takes a traditional, well-known fairy tales and she changes one little thing about the story and reimagines it as if that thing is what happened. So this one is What If Aladdin Had Never Found the Lamp? So yeah, I've read the Beauty and the Beast, her version of Beauty and the Beast. I read that actually for the last round of FairytaleAthon. Really enjoyed it. So I actually picked this for the Swoon-worthy romance challenge because of the romance that I know between Aladdin and Jasmine. So I'm hoping that that still stands in this version and that it's not changed too much. But the back just says, with Jafar in possession of the lamp and determined to break the laws of magic and gain control over love and death, the deposed Princess Jasmine and Aladdin must unite the people of Agrabah in rebellion to stop the new power-mad ruler, but their fight for freedom soon grows costly, threatening to tear the kingdom apart. So yeah, really looking forward to getting a new version of Aladdin with this book. So yeah. The next challenge is Warm Hugs, curl up with a hot beverage and your favourite fairy tale. So for that, at some point during FairytaleAthon, I'm very excited for this challenge. I'm going to be curling up with my edition of Grimm's Fairy Tales. So there are so many fairy tales in this that I absolutely love. I really love Grimm. I love the sort of darkness to it, and yeah, I just really love these stories. I have dipped in and out of this over the years, but as you can see, it's pretty big, so really looking forward to finding some time for myself this FairytaleAthon and dipping into this again. So yeah. The next challenge is Let It Go, read a retelling that you've been putting off for ages. So for this one, I'm going to read The Shadow Queen by CJ Redwine, and I've had this book forever. I think I've heard pretty mixed things about it, which is why I've not been as eager to pick it up. But I believe this is a retelling of Snow White as told from the evil queen's perspective. The back says, Mirror, mirror, Lorelei, powerful enchantress, vengeful fugitive, crown princess. She must kill the wicked queen who took both the Ravenspire throne and the life of her father. Irina, dangerous sorceress, ruthless manipulator, poisonous ruler. She must hold the throne, dispatching a dragon-shifting huntsman to cut out Lorelei's heart. But Ravenspire is rotting beneath Irina's dark magic, and the huntsman is at risk of losing his own heart to Lorelei. In this dance of death, there can only be one victor, one queen to rule them all. So, yeah, sounds very Snow White to me, sounds very dark, and yeah, so looking forward to this one. And the last challenge is Gavin? Who the hell's Gavin? Gaston's Tavern. Read the group book, and the group book is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. So this is a very recently released retelling of Beauty and the Beast that I think a lot of people are really raving about right now. So the back of this says, Prince Ren, the heir to Emberfall, is cursed. Forced to repeat the autumn of his 18th year over and over, he can only be freed if a girl truly falls for him, and after so many failures, his kingdom and its people are barely holding on. Harper's life has never been easy, but she's learned to be tough enough to survive the streets of Washington, D.C. When she's sucked into Ren's world, nothing is as it seems. Powerful forces are standing against Emberfall, and it will take more than a broken curse to save it from utter ruin. So that sounds really good. So yeah, this is the group book. So really looking forward to reading this along with my fellow co-hosts, and obviously anyone who happens to have a copy of this and wants to read it along with us. Sounds really good. Obviously a clash between our modern world and a fairy tale world, a very dark, corrupt fairy tale world. So yeah, really excited for this one too. And that is it for my FairytaleAthon TBR. So will you be joining with this wintry round? Let me know if you are, and let me know what you plan to read for it. So that is it for today. I will of course leave all of my social media in the description down below as normal. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye bye.